Ebeda baby I say amo baby akwa basa brand ya baby amoje brand na mutie nsema ya ye de be sommo e wo social media ne so na oba page ne so de yansen fofo nko a e na de biara da ya ye posti e de emamo no bi enso na be kan yensa ye de e ba be sommo na ye hwa o my god na mu de ade a chi ade esa bia no nsem bebre no a e na e trend e wo ha sa bensu ye de bi e bremo yenko na yenko hwe video yi mu bi emra
and no be change the mindset. Let me tell you, the problem we are going through are yehu so ni Danny Brown no. The day another danko for the be a forest no. Every acre be a chairman Wontumi a 2 year. Every acre NPP for a 2 year your forest him because remember another danko for the ba omi amu the car say yenko mine where forest him kan ketisi sabala bujina pokwa champagne no. Now the day they started mining in our forest, that was the day sa adena wuhunu sa insona wuhunu sa no. Also tiase baby a chairman Wontumi and any NPP for any omomo galam say AD forest baby and every time it rains sa insona ayata to find its way into our streams. You cannot stop it easily. You can even do reclamation, but what happens is when it rains, because there are no trees to soak that rain, to make sure that that forest keeps the rain in. Baby a chairman Wontumi AD and then the colleagues on Medina NPP mu omuja ohon and then science na insota. Remember, insota forester it finds its way. Water always finds its way out. Inti say insole da ho tonkwa dia na in forest no ye dim na say ye ntumi ndua forest back to its natural space. Remember, ye ntumi ndua no mani nyina fifi in the next 20 years. It's going to take time. Inti it is the aftermath. The chairman Wontumi ye na hu faso na ye nya no. The NPP for ye no, the destruction they did. Now you say obi to galawo asase we so na ofri okwa that pollution, any water pollution now ever happen. You think it will take only 2 years to stop? No. You are seeing a lot of rivers getting contaminated. Adane Brown. Let me tell you, I will not sit here and say nipebi enyagalamso Ghana. There are some people who are still working, but the magnitude of sa insona free quiet mura ekufuade ba omiamu bieno, it is still going to be like that for years. Nobody can tell me in Ghana say ejuma naimos no ebiesi naimos, the introduction of naimos krana abwaya kakra as a nation. Na san Kenya naimos 8 years ekufu ado tiasia anka je sahane wo anka Ghana nsuo eniate the amount of damage naimos abehu and what they are trying to stop. Let me tell you, senka yenya effective policing any effective security to send naimos and anka omo prevent illegal mining anka ndanke ni ha. Every single day in Sobia Betobiano the water comes from the forest. Now most of the forest yedi chairman Wontumi on na konta mining any NPP for Samia Wuku Kojo Ponkroma Kate Jemfua any eyeden Charles Bisumo omo nyina any Mrekudu kam they went into the forest, they shared it. I'm not saying it. The Frimpong Boateng report is there. It is clear. The aftermath of the destruction and the yehuno. But Yambon Paye say the work this government is doing, the introduction of NIMOS, you bet me stop it. Ain't back to this matter no. I will urge the government to say Yampe campaign bakwa oton eye tramadol Ghana ni enche no. Ni man for life. Sa nyoma we unhu bi osrem. From our checks, our young men and women in the northern region, they are going through a lot. They are getting the biggest hit. Northern region and Ashanti region. Northern region and Ashanti region. So we study in Ghana 16 regions now. These two regions, illicit drug, tramadol, edrubone, and say the young people. So we need to take some drastic measures. And I'll urge the government, I'll urge the president, I'll urge the judiciary, I'll urge all of us to come together and say, this kind of bastard police, whoever is found culpable, obi ebe chene se on in the shade, life. Ne colleagues, somebody be baby, life no should be the standard. Life no should be where you person a change, you reset here. We need to start with life in prison, because if we don't do that, 10 years, 15 years, obeba. Chairman Wontumi 25 years cheap too low. Wontumi osanko demu for life no owu jail. Na odie mia na otena je no hwe nsa no born in sano na osa wutuaso. Wontumi is supposed to die in jail. He's not supposed to see light again. Because Wontumi has destroyed lives. He has destroyed a nation. He punched the heart of a nation. He took out our heart and he chewed it. And we need to let Wontumi feel that pain. So, yeah, bro, nyamaso. Let's get serious. Let's try and make sure that all right, now, team, thank you very much. I wanted to kill agenda, but let's go straight. Now, as some way nende eda nipa bibrano, especially the NPP party of piglets. Now, ninyina say NPP for episode of force scandal at the share gold board kum led by Afenyo Markin, the pedophile protector. Now, we are Ghanaian. Sometimes you ask yourself, say, gold board you introduce here. Ghana buying through John Mahama buying Edibaye. Gold board, no. DNTina NDC buying buy almost all the BBF and gold board ever. We need to start from the back. We will understand what is happening today. Now, Auditor General audit a gold board. Auditor General audit gold board. We who discrepancies be. The Auditor General's report did not point to anywhere that Sammy Gyamfi's gold board, NDC gold board of the buyer no, omo wiesika ana omo boka eguo. The Auditor General of Ghana, ono ena eba Ghana sika samu hwehwemu. Ono na yede ahye nsa constitution ama ne tumi say bebia eye aban institution no wo ho kwan say obeden obehwehwe omo nkratam omo sika samanu. Na Auditor General no eye sa adwuma no Sammy Gyamfi gold board etam krata bia Auditor General ehia. As we sit here, the Auditor General being also or charges gold board because obusa nkrata bia nsanka. Nobody from any institution that has been mandated to audit a gold board and can say na ya pese a gold board ya pese audit omo nkrata mu ya hwem sikasem omo ampene. In fact, the Auditor General are confirmed say enkrata bi omo busa ye bia every gold board omo nsakaye. At the end of the audit no, they didn't find any losses at gold board a year. Omo djuma dienti omo boka egu Ghana so a e was a Ghana for obitina be because gold board aboka egu Ghana so. Now, the question here is gold board no omo djuma dieni saying adenti na ti gold board. DNA Majo Mahama Banka say ye or say ABB for the gold board. And could you cocoa board? Then you say na cocoa board anyhow. A bite trans who say a Ghana ye good year bakwa sebio a boyama or mine etumpong a basika 72 yemu send ye bit my tongue enya sika na ye cocoa. A bino at the point be say cocoa no yen yanum be a cha and I say omucha cocoa no air cotton wa monane. Yagasa amonania Ivory Coast, Togo, inkura ebenye. Intina koko na yedua ne Ghana na ehon fa sopa na enya ne enya. Interbank transfer say obeti institution be friend go cocoa board. Eno na be hwe so e make sure say Ghana ni bia ntumi wia koko enko Ivory Coast enko ton na yani Ghana fo e make dwemu. Na Ivory Coast ni bia no obetumi wia koko so da ba Ghana. Na sebio se koko no e wo ho a na yehu anoto. Enti the main reason the cocoa board buy and say ebe protect your cocoa ye benya hu sika enye bi ede ahwe kuafo enye bi dia kwan enye bi ede akwan enye bi ede ama scholarship. So the basic thing was to protect cocoa na eno so ye gudie da home. For a long time cocoa board aso Ghana sene. When it comes to your sika sam, your budget to be a baby, not your cocoa board sika a shim, a man to be gina, a ba, yakabia, your church and a brucha, not cocoa board buy, no, yet to be cocoa yam for so the triaka, into a bayer something, not a bed say a part of us. Yen to me and church without making sure the cocoa board, ni sika sam, enter to ye, and the benyo cocoa board, mlejan and also. Into that was the idea. Now for a long time, gold na ye de boy ho samra hene e wo Africa ni wiase nyina no ye be hu say ye gold dodo a ye tu no Ghana no na nipa bebre o Ghana omfa ekwanpa entu gold no. Secondly, ye be hu say nipa bi abawura Ghana ye gold no omu tu no kwan bone so e na omu sade gold no e dwane kwa abruchiri koton. Second, that means ni enya ho mfaso. Thirdly, ye hu se de ye nimra bia ebetumi ama gold na abedi ensem a ye ne ankasa ye betumi afa kwan paso ato na ye siesie na ya to na monone na sika na sa begu ye nsem na ye di bi adane dollar edi egu ye nchi as reserves na ye ni bi nti eno so ka ho na aban ka se dabi ye behia bibia ye friend gold board nti gold board juma de ni nyina ne se eba abebo ye gudi a nipa bi area ye gudia Chinese for India for Lebanese for abesha Ghana no money ni pebi se chema Wontumi bawomia NPP for AD in sawoso area ye fa ye gudia na eko enti John Mahama ka se o se otwaso mo kai se NPP what power ye be afraid gold for oil buy if you say drum pempenso bi na Ghana say de benya fango e de Ghana for atono efo ama ye nyina ho atoto ne ye nya bi ena NPP for we ya ntwam we ebeka kire say ba omi aso de ade bia be friend gold for oil na Ghana gold no omutu a chema Wontumi tu no kwan bone so omo ne galamsey for ka omutibom no mutu no kwan bone so a omo betumi de ama a third party an intermediary a friend no edian Alpha Stream na wo de akọ Dubai akoton owia na ono sa Alpha Stream na to petrol de abreye Abranka ye gold no ye betuma tam de akọ world market so e New York stock market and I said the UK near town officially na ya dey ye de aba beto fan gold de aba no omo ka se da bi omo wo broni bi Arab ni bi ono na betam gold no de akọ ye tena krom ha Mahmoud Bawumia na NPP ntwambo ka kire se gold for oil no ene de be ma fan gold boaye fo e wo Ghana ye jiminti ye ka se yo ena Bawumia ni group e start say omo tu ye nsase Omoma India for Lebanese for Baya omo the excavators begu Ghana chema Wontumi na abo captain's band Rekuduka Gabimo ena no omo sensase adekudientia gold for oil Mahmoud Bawumia NPP for antumi ankoton gold no wo amanone proper na say na gold dodo na eba gold for oil no na eye illegal gold enti abrofo no so ahemra bi Saudi gold baba aya abruchiri America beton ama dollar ma odi akokuru akoto fango a e wo say gold no ye free be traceability you need to be able to trace the gold baby a wutu no sebio eyankwara ne tuye eye mercury bi na wodi asase no eye galamsey a chema Wontumi intina ba omia Wontumi nya saa because na eye galamsey sikanti omo cut out eye America UK a market ne better no and omo fa Alpha Stream so on fa koti kwan so nkoton illegal gold na chema Wontumi ni NPP fotu no na on santo petro efum famra they were trying to evade. They were trying to move around or go around the legitimate way because people say Ghana and UK are fine, and America are fine. Adentina you go there, per se, you tofango, young fanko ton America, near tofango famba. And so by we casa dabi Alpha Stream no and fanko Dubai because abrochino America for the UK for me say gold no two wine. Embra ben de bon buy him out to me two gold no ubetuma chere baby a gold free no when you ready some answer that question because that chairman want to me or your galamsey campaign that time no na ketijemfu a e2 na omo Chinese for come to my bweni and almost sense as wo Ghana from Pomboata na your sector minister or share send you two a good day as or tro krata come akufo say nana yani enkofo na say at a point party here sikayete ye omo ka che from Pomboate say wabodam ekufo de krata ahyehye ne to ekotena menhia ka che otumfo so omo ye nkwara na bibie ni ho yetena krom ha me chiro baby a gold board de ma John Mahama nyansa ene NDC focus Sammy Gyamfi nkoda no me chiro wichi say na be yakwase bi betena TikTok kwase bi betena Facebook say gold board aboka wo so wonimu ye hare me chiro mu midwudwam me ya ne simple na Ghana for na nsam na bana amanfo bi twantro mo beti nyoma na se enti ye didim te se menhia dondon ye didim ade se menhia dondon ena NDC ba power ena John Mahama say they see wo gold mafia on pese besi biem okay gold mafia Alistair de Mr. S Alistair mukai gold mafia nana dan kwakufo de kaso control letter ma Al Jazeera na onu gold smuggling na edin din abem no on ti ase ekosi sen ekufo do ye kromfo techia mo aboatin oyewi nana dan kwakufo do in the history of the Republic of Ghana ye nye documentary abroche network bi aso mbo president din say wa fe ne to eton illegal gold ye bo ekufo do din wom omo ka kire se omo ko siw Al Jazeera omo ma Al Jazeera warning ebe si nde yante saa nyomedim na John Mahama ka se ompede saa kro no be koso biem wo Ghana yembo ye gudie no ho ban yem make sure say ye de mra atoto kwan mu ama egudie na agina ne naso ye betumi etu no kwan paso ye betumi ehun bebia ye tu no ye betumi aton ye ne ankasa ya ton ye betumi make sure say omo ba ye krom ha omo wi egudie ko India China no ye betwa so na ye betumi aboy nsase ho ban no or the bibia friend gold board. Editor John Mahama introduce idea friend gold board. Now gold board in say ye sika ye gudie na nipa bi area ede kwan bonu so etu a ye nya ho mfaso a ye Ghana for ye bre ho no e wo say ye bo ho ban na ede mfaso bre ye every say tokuro na abeda ho no e tokuro a wo say ye si. That is the introduction of gold board. It's John Mahama ka say that be they say wiase no you need to take care of yourself into offer abrante friend Sammy Gyamfi say kwada no na gold board jumadi akodi no in the interests of the Republic of Ghana, the people's gold. Go there and make sure say jumadi bi obedibia no benya Ghana benya home faso. That basically that's it. Now gold board buy obebusa say gold board jumadi be no mudi 2025 ena eye parliament ejitu mu say gold board betumi di juma. Remember yen nyina yet Ghana ha obi ha yetumi fa ne se beza yetumi fa ne se treasurer e company bi mu obi yetumi fa ne se accountant. Oh ya fa accountant we adwuma ya ma na adwuma se onko adwuma wo ebia ministry bi ana institution ana school bi. Now ya ma accountant ne letter January. Now letter di mu no e kire se obe start adwuma March. But he needs to report and do what? Familiarize himself with how the work goes. Meaning, even though yama accountant no letter no, wako school hona or hono, officially the accountant ne juma starting March. And all you people watching me, civil servants for now, they are the munim. Now, gold board, NDC winning power 2025. The gold board no officially started after Parliament of Ghana basically came out and said, say, NPP in Chamwa, and NDC form of parliament, Everton say, they are the people's representatives. NPP need all parliament, NDC need all parliament, no, they don't represent animals, they represent human beings. They all came together and said, Yaji gold board atum. So for now, no, Yamo Mutumi, so we to gold. Omo to protect gold. Omo to me I den I make sure so we tracy omo ton gold na omo wia no omo stop omo protect Ghana. Omo de sika bebe fear by selling right gold. Omo say into the 2 million my gold board in 2025. Somewhere in when September. Now gold board buy any nyina no. Na NPP are buying first no yakoto e gold a na Bank of Ghana wone media. Bank of Ghana is a banker. Constitution of the Republic of Ghana etiye. Enyo bia dia Ghana dia. Time na MPP wa power no. Na Bank of Ghana person mo to gold. Every small scale miners were legitimately na omo di sika no de ma PMMC. Into PMMC for the intermediaries. Omuna etoto gold from 2017, 2018, 19, 20. Time ba omiadi gold for oil buy from 2021, 22, 23. Bank of Ghana tam Ghana sika no di ama PMMC. Se mo ena mo nkoto gold na mo famra na nkoto nya ho faso. Now what happened then say that period na omototo gold Emma Bank of Ghana no till say Parliament bejitu mu say Sammy Gyamfi the gold board ebe to take over no. Sa period no to time as Sammy Gyamfi mu take over no about $400 million and over. Ain't Sammy Gyamfi's gold board was there, but Sammy Gyamfi gold board no take over officially to be dealing with Bank of Ghana as a middle agency and I say intermediary after a year the Parliament of Ghana can say I fed the gold board monster tie juma. Ain't from 2025 until Parliament Eshemra say gold board etumi etuto gold ma Bank of Ghana no na PMMC any the Bank of Ghana any dijuma. So Sammy Gyamfi the gold board had been established but they didn't have control on the buying of gold for the Bank of Ghana because PMMC were still doing that job until Parliament gave gold board right to buy. Into a Hona gold board. Parliament is here and I'm going to say, Yajimatum, Embrano, Chese, Bomuchino. That is when Sammy Gyamfi started buying gold for the Bank of Ghana. And I'm saying Sammy Gyamfi because on the leading gold board. Now, the question here is, and the NPP for Abba say, hey, Asame si. Now, Asame ne si. A year NPP for Sammy Gyamfi boka. Remember, time na NPP what power from 2021 to 2025 onto gold board parliament ejitum so muyejuma boka over $400 million. Sa time no NPP yebusa omo say adena gold board adena PMMC aboka omo say Bank of Ghana na aboka. That is what Baumia afenyoma akemone sankwasiafo e ka kire. That time na PMMC boka over $400 million. In the name say omuto gold ma Bank of Ghana no Baomiane and this NPP for catch say sa e kana over $400 million no a Bank of Ghana na abo na enye PMMC intima me yem blame PMMC yem blame Bank of Ghana. Now ye the demand abedru ande Ghana Auditor General aye audit of gold board sikasem also who problem bia ye see IMF for bi atro a report. Now, sa report ni mu no yesterday IMF say gold board aboka 1.7 billion. Now the question here is Ghana Auditor General report no, what does it say? And where in that IMF report and explicitly it can directly say gold board aboka 1.7 billion. Where in that report of IMF, NHR explicitly say gold board aboka. Remember, when the Bank of Ghana does not give money to gold board cannot buy gold. It is recently and a gold board they want to do that on their own, but without money coming from Bank of Ghana, the gold board, since its established inception, could not go into the market to buy gold because the constitution frowns on them buying gold themselves until say the Bank of Ghana say they can fund it themselves. So Tama Sammy Gyamfi Eddie gold board a leader no gold board were taking money from Bank of Ghana to buy gold for them. Now let's keep it simple. MPP for say Sammy Gyamfi ameka bi nchiremo menoti hai sika sign na gold board e de abre Ghana emfa so ban ni nya woso e de na ayama Ghana since a gold board the buy no ye gold that you tunu wo Ghana no Ghana as a nation from time Kwame Nkrumah abreso be sin ne emfa so ban pa na yenya enim say for now as we speak gold board in a year it me making a profit of $15 billion. $15 billion. Now, because of Jumadia Gold Board AD and the economy, the ecoso inflation about from how the dollar to me overcoming the city. It is because of the introduction of a Juma Gold Board, Ayama Bank of Ghana. The intermediary job at gold board etume raise sika Ediamaba Bank of Ghana and no na abuama finance minister etume nye sika e make sure say your economy no ejina na so it is all a businessman na nde won say dollar ni jina 10 11 now odwuma e cost na wunya mfaso a because of the inception of gold board the way they were able to go into the market abra Bank of Ghana more musika to buy gold to make money for Ghana. Now so we go back and you look at the influencer gold board, the positive influencer gold board enyan wo Ghana economy no so our economy is growing, jobs and opportunity. Now when you look at it from 2022 ever to 2023 you saw a GDP growth. As we speak today GDP in 2026 is 6.4. In 2022 time about umia gold for oil the GDP growth was 3.8. 2023 it went to 3.1. 2024 it was at 5.7. In just less than 2 years, because of the introduction of gold board and making sure that Ghana will sikada hono, the GDP right now is at 6.4. It shows you say the introduction of gold board save your cocoa and manya jumana cocoa ayembreno and the gold board by mu mujisika Bank of Ghana edidi juma edisika be fienti. Today our economy is stable. We will go to where the NPP is coming from and I'll take care of that. But me ma conversation way a simple amount. The NPP before your time Sammy Gyamfi. After your marking, the all nyina no your time Sammy Gyamfi NPP for nim say God bought as this thing there's no way NPP will come to power again. That is their problem. NPP as a political party, from Bawumia to the last foolish man in the NPP, they know say the game changer is God board. And John Mahama Niminyan saw this Sammy Gyamfi it is personal, a hatred towards Sammy Gyamfi, and then they are against Ghana's economy doing well because God board has shown significant impact on our economy. Whether you like it or not, whether you like Sammy Gyamfi or not, whether you were against the NDC or not, the impact that gold board here on our economy is huge. It is big. Now, when you look at some of the positives through the works of gold board, buying gold the right way, protecting our reserve, making sure obi or Ghana be to gold legitimately, gold be free Ghana and come and do that positive side, and then Amagana is NPP for him until they destroy gold board. They know say they can never come to power, and that is what they are doing. Because some say at this point, Munjina so the say gold board about 1.7 billion. Munchechima almost ninchechimu, but then say Sammy Gyamfi muadie gold board disika. I am a factual report to be yeni ati yankwa and you knew a situation before and now, and we will choose that situation today because payday we are seeing significant increase in how our economy is doing now. Prices rising slower now, and because of the introduction of gold board. Any Jumadi any Sikomu Pompey war system over 15 billion in we are looking at inflation from 23 at a point in our history, and the NPP gold for oil now inflation on 54. Today, because of the introduction of gold board and the way we are able to pump money to help the economy keep dollars, our inflation are dropping from 54 NPP every power. Now, gymnastics azadi 23, but today we are talking about 5.3. You can say inflation, normal boarding, and the NDC at Teswaba 5.3. Gold board has been in power or in existence in less than 2 years, and this is the impact. Sammy Gyamfi gold board now here. Me mana a basic amount. Bro, from TV so can Jimmy, when I made you the echo because the NPP knows as far as John Mahama's gold board exists, they can never come to power because it is the bedrock, it is the backbone, it is what is driving this country. Gold, cocoa, and daso for years. People have been able to do what? Destroy cocoa, and we are reforming cocoa sector. A new policy is coming, but in the meantime, John Mahama to me the gold board are regularizing the gold and this fee. Into the MP for Bakanya and say, Yanko charts run to Sammy Gyamfi so. Yanko say gold board no boka. Inti ebasana no montam Ghana. My send a to me. I be matro. It is not working. Now we can also move forward and see the impact of gold board. We are not address sa a canasem. The country owes less. Now me busa o Ghana ni awhweme Ghana pa ehini enye sika free. John Mahama about power, NPP about NDC about power. But I will say, na John Mahama aban wo munye sika free na mo chichire man no. And yeah kwan baby Kumasi Accra Express Road, ye see hospitals, yeah electrification. But I will say, munye sika way because we all know say right now the cocoa sector, they are now doing reforms to get it back on its feet. Into yenye sika way. It is gold board. And then the NPP cannot stand because Mahamudu Bawumia cannot make any statement. Because the question will be simple. The gold board that was introduced by the NDC is savvy or minor. He has nothing to say because he was given the opportunity. He connived with the criminals. They stole our money through gold for oil. But this is a situation a government comes, a president comes, puts together gold board, and our economy is now sustainable. The question here is, who are Ghana now? Shemi, Busa, I want to say this free. In Ghana, Adebi, GRA, GRA, from GRA. How many people pay taxes in Ghana? 6 in 10 businesses fail to properly account for VAT. So we 10 companies in Ghana. 6 businesses omuntumi mpo enkasa VAT we ye jevat sikani nie ye beden ye diskani ma aman no into busa ho se sikani free he. Most of us, our businesses don't pay taxes. Into the sudden change, our economy no grow, edwuma ba, sikana jina na so no busa ho se free. It is the introduction of the gold board. The amount of money omuntumi pump into the system through buying gold for Bank of Ghana. Inti men what you say sikabi magically free baby bow. It is the inception of gold board. The way diligently they are doing the job, buying the gold, protecting the gold, guiding us, making sure they protect our environment, stop illegal air smuggling, and then they are bedruha into the NPP. They have take notice. Omunim say so we try to Sammy Gyamfi so be creating pressure be Sammy Gyamfi aboka. No. The gold board is saving you and I. We a businessman. Nende, who took quite 3 weeks now, but it is because of the introduction of gold board helping the Bank of Ghana to do what? To get money for us to get dollar to protect our economy. Realistically, 10 out of 10 business, 6 out of 10 businesses in Ghana, if you have a country where 6 in 10 businesses, how can you build a road? How can you build a school? How can you do all that you are doing? Keep the lights on. It is because the gold board is making a difference. Deliberate.